Okay, it's some ungodly hour of the morning. I'm not sure what time it is, but I did promise I'd get this radio done tonight, and I've got to tell you, it's and it's not this chap's fault. It's my fault. I just had a lot on today, and we've got through it all. All the boxes are packed. Now, if you ordered something today, or yesterday to be fair, and it didn't get out yesterday, is definitely getting out today, so that's good news. Now, this chap rang me today, and sorry, let me just turn this down. I've got some First Amendment video going on why people should be able to film anybody in the United States, and they get a bit interesting at times, and a bit stupid too. All right, hang on. Let's bring this chair in a bit closer. Sorry about that. Okay, Uniden Washington. So this is the MB8719 chassis, and just a little bit on my client. Rang me and look, just to sort of prove that we're not always chasing, the highest dollar. I listened to, he's going through something very similar to myself, and without giving away his identity, and he doesn't want charity. He's certainly, lovely chap, but this radio here was just a bit above what he could afford. And anyway, we found a price that actually could work, which was good, and we're able to get a frequency counter on board for him too, which he wanted, and just to be able to identify frequencies. He's got some other radios too, which this will be handy for, but we'll go through that in a second, just on how some of this equipment's a little bit new to him, so I wanted to just be able to show him how things work. Anyway, so let's first just put a receive signal in. Let's get this microphone out of the way here. There we go. And 27355. Were we on channel 35? We were. Oh, that's a good start. Righto. Okay, 0.49 of a microvolt, so minus 113 dBm. Have a listen to this thing. Receiving noise-free at minus 113 dBm. That's a win. This is what people liked about the MB8719s. Two things. They could pretty much, even though people didn't understand the chip initially, there was a lot of modifications you could do. Certainly the New Zealanders loved them because they could put them on 26 megs for their New Zealand band quite easily. A lot of them just did a change of a crystal for that. But and don't get me wrong, you don't need to change the 11 meg crystal to a 10 meg crystal. You can, my thing's going a little bit unstable there. Get rid of that. You can certainly, basically you isolate pin 1 on the MB8719 from memory, and you're kind of then providing a ground over to another point. Anyway, let's not teach you how to put these on 26 megs. Let's just tell you that, the 8719 ended up, it started as a chip where you can't modify this, and it ended as, yes, you can. I remember when we first got the various, radios in with those chips, and the distributors said to us, this is not a PLL02A. Gone are the days of UPD 858s. Your life is over as far as modifications. But we found out it was just starting. But anyway, it's all good. And then, in the end, it wasn't actually the core business we did at our little CB shop in Adelaide. We ended up being ICOM dealers, and enjoyed that immensely. Back onto this radio. Uniden. So the first thing we always check, have we got all digits working on the things? And this is a good demonstration of when all the digits work, which is very, very nice. Receiver, very, very happy with it. Little quick transmitter, 1 2 1 2 1 2. A really nice power coming out of this. 1 2 3 4 5 1 2. Just about peaking 20 watts there. A little bit under, a little bit about 18 watts. 1 2. And I'm just listing on a little FT747. 1 2 3 4 5. One thing I did note, it did have a clarifier slide. Look, I haven't got the time to take it out at the moment. It's a 40 channel. I don't think ACMA are going to get too crazy at anybody. And if they did it this chap, I'd be really disappointed, because he's going through enough at the moment with chemo and everything. Look, I was listening to his story today, and I've got to tell you, you guys know I've been through a little bit, but no, I've been through nothing compared to this guy. This really, if this radio can give him a little bit of fun, well, that's fantastic, and really, really happy to help. But okay, so pretty much the frequency counter, which just for the chap who's getting this radio, let me just explain to you. So to get a frequency reading, it'll be somewhere, these things are reasonably accurate, but you'll get an idea that you're around the mark. if it says 356, don't worry, it's 355 or 354. You know you're on channel 35, etc., etc. So if we go to, say, channel 1, so channel 1 here should be 26965. 966, close enough. I'm not too worried about that. Your AM reading, it depends on the counter. You know, it could be 26965.5 at the moment. It's just choosing to go to, anyway, or 4 even sometimes. But these counters were a great little, you know, give you an idea where you are. We didn't set radios up by these in any shape or form. So, yeah. By the way, this does come with a Uniden proper mic, and the only thing I did, I replaced the plug. The plug was a little bit, I didn't like the plug on, it was a little bit shonky, so just so that we didn't have any issues there. Now, this next bit is really for my customer, more so, just to explain what happens with the hookup of this frequency counter. So, basically 12 volts, I've just clipped off here to a 12 volt lead, so you'll go to your 12 volt power supply that your current Anytone goes to. Basically, your antenna cable is coming out of the back and is going into the back of this one where it says TX for transmitter. So in your case, I know that you've got also one of the Queensland power meters, the digital one. What are they called? Power Masters? I can't remember now. So your antenna will then go into your Power Master meter, and then basically your actual station master that you're running will then go into the antenna side of the Power Master meter. So just to do that again, antenna come, and I'll supply the cable for this here, so that's no probs. So you'll have the, I might actually leave that plugged in, because I'll be able to pack this in one lot. I'll leave the cable plugged into where it needs to be plugged in here so that you can't have any issues there. And then you'll know to either put your station master on here if you're not running your power meter. That'll just go straight on that connection there. Sorry, just turn this down and make a noise. You'll put your station master there if you're not running the power meter, but if you're running the power meter, the antenna of this port here, if your power meter was sitting here, will go to the transmitter port of here, and then the station master will be on the antenna port. So just focus on that. I know you had some trouble with it being backwards, which was, you know, that happens. Don't be too bad there. And look, an interesting one. Those Queensland meters, they're a good meter, great meter. I actually think good Australian design. But something that will happen is, if you're by accident put the transmit and the receive and the transmit, it won't blow the meter, it won't do anything like that, but it will come up with the highest WR, because of course it's seeing forward power where it wants to see reflected power where it wants to see forward power. So meaning that the meter will glow red, and that's what was happening with his meter. We've all done it, no big deal. Anyway, so okay, so that's how you set that up, and that's going to be a really simple setup for you. Now, please, the chap that's that I'm setting this up for and what we're doing at the moment, some of you will say, hey, this is pretty basic. Well, if you haven't done it before, look, well, if you have done it before, it is basic. But if you haven't done it before, it's always good for someone to show you just exactly, you know, how to do some of the basics. And this is someone that's, well, two things. Returning to radio from, you know, quite a long time away from it. So please cut him some slack there. But secondly, not thinking the straightest at the moment with a million different chemo ports and things going on, and spots where they just can't even get into him anymore, you know, with intravenous stuff. If you heard the story I heard today, you would really have a lot of patience and you'd want to help this guy. He's a lovely guy, and he's look, I've had this too with my infusions and my drugs at times, injections that we do 3 times a week, blah, blah, blah. You get times where, look, it's not a good idea for me to make a video. I'm going to make mistakes, you know, you're a bit groggy, but anyway. So he is in a state like that quite a bit, and that's why I'm trying to explain this, you know, fairly basically. And so, you know, if you sort of know all this, that's okay. Turn off. It's please, this video's not for, you know, really as an educational. This is really just to help someone out that I think really deserves it. But yeah, okay, so now just getting onto it, we're just showing how to get a frequency here. So with your other radios, the same thing. You'll take this lead and you'll take it off the radio, put it into the other radio, and you'll do exactly the same thing. So just remember. Now, good news with this one, guess what? It actually, it's a little bit tatty, but it comes with the original box. And it says that it measures up to 250 megs there, and I think it says it measures up to 100 megs in the paperwork. It was a bit weird. Where did I see that? I'm trying to remember now. Did I see that somewhere? Oh, I don't know. No, maybe not. Maybe I'm just dreaming. Anyway, so all the original paperwork. So this is a real collectible. So to my client, and you know who you are. This is a not just a frequency counter, but it's a reasonably rare sort of frequency counter. So I'm really happy that you've got this. Now, sorry, here's something. With your Anytone, you'd need to keep it in low power. These things were low power, so 20 watts. Now, your Anytone can get up to 60 watts in it. Actually, I'm glad I pulled this paperwork out. So if you run your Anytone, you've got to be very careful, because excessive power through this will blow the front end on it. So really, it's just meant to be for CBs like this, and your Anytone, if it was in low power, if in doubt, don't hook it up to the Anytone. That would be my suggestion, just to just so you don't have any issues. All right. The other thing we want to do is go back to channel 35 here, and go back to sideband. And I just want to see. Now, we're on dummy load here, by the way, guys. Just so you know, this is just a test radio. Even though it's an amateur radio, it goes on a dummy load. It's just here to test. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Oh man, I got that loud, haven't I? Hang on. Let me just turn that down. Oh boy, that's loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. That's a bit better. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just showing the meter work in there and doing all that it should do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. What we'll do is we'll just give it a quick hit on AM for the heck of it. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about that hum that's coming through. It's coming off my power supply at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually coming off my monitor, sorry, is what you're hearing. But if I turn that up there. 1, 2. Oh boy, yeah, no, don't. That's getting a bit too loud. But as you can see, yeah, look, it does a great job. Go back to sideband. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, and yeah, once again that power's really good. So no, and it's sounding nice. Actually, it's looking quite nice on the Crow too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Test. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pretty good. Okay, so that's basically it. And I don't know if you've had a Washington before, and I'm speaking to my customer here. Fairly basic layout, volume, obviously, squelch for just squelching the signal, like so, but and squelch PA. So if you ever get to a position where the radio doesn't seem to be working, like, you know, it's just not, the transmit light's not coming on, just have a look at your PA, and then you'll see it's all come back, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is working again. Very common problem that people just, you know, they've clicked over there and they think their radio's dead. We've had them before where they've come in for service and you think, hang on, hello, and then we go, all fixed. Anyway, that can happen. Mic gain control, RF gain up full. Mic gain you can run up full, no problems. AM up or lower. Remembering the clarifier has got a slide, so what that means is that it will move frequency to the left, to the right on transmit as well as receive. So to show that, let's see, how can I do this? I need more hands. Well, hopefully you can hear me. Wait, hang on, if I do this, oh, this is terrible. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. See how the, hopefully you can hear that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm sorry, I just, yeah, I think it's about 2 o'clock in the morning and I just don't have time to start going around pulling slides out and bits, and I've got to be totally honest, I'm pretty sure it was just a diode mod. It's been a while since I've done an MB8719. I'm pretty sure they clipped a diode up near the MB8719, and they had a couple of trailer wires that, anyway, I won't try and sort of joke about the fact that I've forgotten how to do one of those. It's been a lot of years, but I will say that, yeah, look, it really won't affect your transmitting, receiving. Just keep this at 12 o'clock. You'll be fine there. And yeah, it's probably, I don't know whether ACMA could bother these days, but the fact is, this is just a 40 channel radio. It doesn't do any more than 40 channels. It's got no magic buttons here that do anything to, you know, channel 9 does what channel 9 does, etc, etc. Now remember also, just another point, a lot of people get tricked by this. 1, 2, 3, they go, you know, oh, radio's not working, what's going on here? On the modulation side, modulation on a Washington, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, only was modulation on AM. So don't get tricked by that. You'll think that, you know, you're not transmitting, but you are. But yes, But generally I would say stay in the SRF position and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you will be cooking with gas. Now, the other thing, you will get a reading on sideband, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hello, near enough to channel 40 there, as you can see. So you don't need to go to AM, you can just go hello, and you will get a sustained signal that can show you what frequency you're on as well. Now, a lot of people might be asking, well, why does he want to know that? Because he talks with people who talk frequencies, not they don't talk channels. So remember, this is somebody that's coming back to the hobby and just trying to get on with everybody. And it just and I said to him, I said, look, it's no problem. It will all gel fairly soon. So anyway, okay, guys, look. This is not our normal video. I know this is a fairly basic video on operations of a CB radio, but if I could just get you to remember, you know, not everybody's look, everybody's been new to the hobby. Now, this chap admits that he's not new to the hobby, but it's been a long time, and he just said, look, I'd really appreciate it if you could, and as he said, look, he doesn't want to be treated like an idiot, but by the same token, just go through the basics, and especially on this frequency counter, to make sure he doesn't hook up anything incorrectly. And I'm happy to do this. You know, it takes 16 minutes of my time going by this video, so no big deal. All right, guys, the last thing I want to say is after talking with this particular chap today, and a lot of you know I'm going through some health hassles for sure, and, you know, they're not great, I get it, and but after hearing what I heard today, you know what, I probably won't complain quite as much. And this chap is going through just some of the stuff that I heard today was just, you know, in the last couple of days, I've had a couple of things that have happened. One was a chap who's 80 years old, who is trying like nothing else to stay in his home at the moment, and we're trying to find someone to share. And it's got so bad out there that, you know, elderly people have got to actually share accommodation to even remotely try and pay the bills on the pension. And he was explaining his hassles with me, and of course today dealing with my mate who's rung and, you know, introduced himself, and I was really, you know, sort of taken by his situation. Anyway, I won't go into that completely, but I was, and it made me see that, you know, a lot of people are doing it hard out there, and if you can help them, well, you know, let's all try and do that a bit more. And as I said, I don't want anyone to think I donated this radio. I just dropped the price to a point where it could work for him. And that's the other thing too. When people are having a hard time, often, you know what, the really good ones, like the chap I'm talking about here, they're not looking for a handout, just looking for a bit of help. So anyway, if you can help someone, you know, in your day, please do it. Try your best, and you know, I think you'll feel better for it. I certainly do. You know, and look. The only thing I'm feeling terrible about is that we're still charging him something for this. I must admit, you know, we've still got to, unfortunately, you know, we've got costs on different things we buy, but by the same token, you know, we can sort of at least drop some prices and help people at times. And our next giveaway, I hope he wins it. You never know. If we're ever going to fix a win, I reckon it would be, we don't fix wins, by the way, but if we were, this would be the chap we'd do it for. Anyway, no, I shouldn't even joke about stuff like that. I got accused of that last time because we didn't actually do the draw. It was over a pissy little AM set. It was no big deal. But anyway, but it was just, the chap was actually joking. It was no big deal. But in our next draws that we do, yeah, we're going to make sure we do. I did take it to heart a little bit in the fact I thought, no, we've got to do things properly when we do these draws. So we got one coming up soon. We're just organising it right now. So who knows, you could be the winner of the next one. All right, 73 is all the best. A 16-minute video is now 19 minutes, so it's bedtime for me. I don't know what, it's got to be 1:30, 2 o'clock. I need some sleep because we've got a big day with the builders tomorrow, and I've got a dump trucks coming in. The crane's got to be put into place to move some blocks around. I'm supposed to be doing all, we'll see about all this. I don't know about this, guys. I need sleep. All right, 73 is for VK3 Charlie Mike. Thanks very much for everyone's support. Please subscribe and hit the like button or dislike button. Apparently, even if you hit the dislike button, it helps us. Hit the dislike. Whoever you are out there that doesn't like me, you know, and there's a YouTube channel. No, not YouTube. There's a Facebook channel at the moment that's completely dedicated to killing any business I ever do and killing my name. And I just think, oh, well, you know, some will, some won't. So what? Next. 73s, guys. All the best. Cheers.